Should we go higher?
A little bit.
Height.
I think that's nice.
Okay. Okay.
Go
Let's
ahead.
start. Okay. Hello, beautiful people, and this is
I'm William.
no. I was gonna say this is a new episode and
Oh.
a special episode, and I've never done anything like this before. But since this is the last chance we have, so I invited.
William from New York.
Yes, Will is our exchange student. I realized something. We need to redo this. I was looking at.
It's okay, man.
Okay.
Just go ahead.
Okay.
You got it.
Usually I do it by myself, so it's less pressure. But
Just pretend I'm not here.
okay. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel. And as you can see, there's a person sitting next to me.
Hello.
Okay, you can introduce yourself.
My name is William. I'm from New York. I go to FIT. And I study fashion
What's the
design
full
there.
name of FIT? I think some people don't know.
Fashion Institute of Technology.
It's a very, very great school in New York City.
Right.
Okay.
It's down the road from Parsons, if you know Parsons. Yeah.
I've been there actually.
Yeah.
I've been to Parsons, but it's called New School now.
New school, yeah. It's the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Which one is better? Would you say?
I mean, both schools hate on each other quite a bit. Like my
Oh.
professors will say bad things about Parsons.
Okay.
But some of their students will come to New York to FIT to
Yeah.
take some classes sometimes because for whatever reason. But I mean, I haven't been there myself, so I have nothing bad to say.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you know any like preference? Maybe they're focused more on something, and you guys are more.
I think we're both kind of technical schools to an extent, but I don't know of too many differences.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So the reason we are here is because he is an exchange student from FIT,
FIT, yeah.
and you have been with us for how long?
3 months.
3 months already.
September, October, November.
Yeah. And you're leaving soon.
Yeah.
So this is the last chance I have to talk with him and talk about something about FIT and CSM, and I just figured some questions might be useful for you guys. Okay, first question, let's just get right into it.
Okay.
How do you find your experience at CSM?
It is a much more relaxed environment.
Relaxed.
Yes.
Seriously.
Compared to FIT.
I'm very stressed out, like I have been stressed out for a long time.
Well, I guess this is my 3rd year doing this, so maybe I'm just like kind of over it to an extent.
Oh, okay, yeah, and I forgot to mention that this is your 3rd year.
Yeah, so I'll be graduating in 2020, and I'll be done finally.
So do you do 4 years at New York?
Yeah.
So it's same as here. Do you have an internship year?
No, we take our internship as a class, so we have to have an internship credit to graduate. But it's not.
Okay.
It's not like we don't do a year away.
Okay.
So you're going to school while doing the internship, which is a lot. It can be stressful.
Wow. So do people just like pick whenever they want to do the internship?
You can. I did an internship this last semester just because I wasn't in school. I was
Okay.
taking a gap semester. So I just did an internship, applied with what I had done the past 2 years, and that was that. It wasn't that big of a deal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So you also have internship and you're graduating soon?
Yeah.
Okay. So far you think it's less stressful?
Yes.
here?
Yeah.
Why?
Because of the people.
Because of us.
Yeah. No, knitwear. I mean, everyone I've met so far is super nice, and I haven't met any like personalities who demand attention.
Not even me.
No, you're very nice.
Oh, and what's the major you do at FIT? Not knitwear.
The first 2 years is just a general fashion design.
So you
we
don't
learn.
separate pathways?
No, we separate into pathways this 6th semester. So this is my 5th semester, and we'll be going to my 6th semester, which I'll be doing knitwear. Yeah.
So which way do you think is better? Like CSM, we separate pathway
I do
at
think
first.
the way CSM separates you immediately makes more sense.
Okay.
I mean, I do have a good foundation of like pattern making and whatnot, but if I'm gonna ultimately be doing knitwear, I would have liked to do it for 4 years as opposed to like just the 2. But again, I think I'll be fine.
Okay. Something interesting is, first you said it's less stressful.
Yeah.
Since all the people out there think it's a very stressful school at CSM, But you
No.
come here, you
No.
think it's less stressful.
No, it's an open building. There's like you could see the light.
Can they see? No, they can't. I'll show you guys later.
The food's really good.
Oh, yeah?
And it's cheap, I think.
Oh, really? Compared to New York?
Yeah, I think I've eaten in my cafeteria, in my canteen, maybe once or twice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is the food awful?
I wouldn't know, but I'm sure it's not great.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with FIT. There's nothing wrong with here. It's just you guys do things a little bit differently, and I've been doing things at FIT for a certain way for the past 2 years. So having a break from that,
Yeah, I bet.
it does feel relaxing to an
refreshing,
extent.
so.
So I'm sure on your year away, you're doing real things at a company, but it'll feel relaxing to an extent just because it's different.
Yes, of course.
So change is always good.
Yeah, so funny. And second thing you mentioned is the people, and they always think CSM people are a bit scary because they tend to be too cool. You know, like everyone is like busy being cool and don't really.
I mean, I guess I do a good job of not really paying attention to other people too much.
That's good.
I don't really care. So like
You didn't even notice those cool people being cool.
No, no. I have too much going on in my own head of like I'm trying to.
This is how you do good work. You just like get into your world and do your stuff.
Yeah.
And just ignore other people. What else? People. Less stress.
Less stress.
Nice people.
Nice people.
It doesn't sound like CSM at all.
Well, I just like eating lunch with each other. Mm-hmm. That's such a nice thing. We wouldn't. I mean, you might have
You don't
lunch.
eat lunch with each other at New York.
I mean, I guess if you would have like a close group of friends, you would.
Okay.
But I guess I'm kind of all over the place all the time, so it would be a rare occasion because like, we spend a week doing pattern making here,
Yeah.
and we take lunch breaks at the same time.
Yeah.
People are just on their own tracks in New York,
Okay.
and everything's so technical, so people are always just thinking about that in their head as well. So there's a stress to. There's so much other stress you don't think about.
Okay.
Hey, I should socialize, and I'm sure that
Okay.
happens here as well. But
Okay.
I think I've done a good job again, like being out of my element. I want to be a social butterfly. I want to meet new people. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's interesting. I never thought you would feel that way at all. Oh, and another question. How do FIT people feel about CSM people?
I
Be
think
careful. Everything you say might end up being seen by FIT.
I don't think I have a great answer. FIT
yeah.
people, how they feel about CSM people. I guess I'll be honest. I didn't know much about CSM before I came here.
So why did you came? Let's have another question before that.
Because it was time. I was getting frustrated in New York. I had just been like 5 days of school, and then I would work at my job on the weekends, which
Okay.
was I work at a restaurant. So that's just dealing with people after people after people.
Would you do that? Wash dishes? No.
No, no, waiter, bartender. all of that.
Bartender. Secret talent.
That's talent. I don't know about that,
Oh,
but
I-
customer service was stressful. So it was time to get out of New York for a little bit, and now having spent this time away, I'm ready to go back. And
You're
Yeah.
sick of us.
No, I'm not sick of you guys. I'm just sick of the white show. I'm sick of
Good thing it's ending like an hour later, so you're free to go.
yeah. But then we have our presentation tomorrow, so it's
that-
almost over.
Yeah, everyone's doing rubbish job, so no pressure.
Yeah.
Interesting. I was having a question, but I was...
Yeah, no, I would
I
say
think-
people at
yeah.
FIT, I haven't heard much about Central St. Martin's.
They
from
don't
other
talk
people.
about us?
I don't think so. I think people who want to
I
study
thought-
abroad
I thought
want to
everyone
come
talks
here.
about us. We're spoiled.
I mean, good, be spoiled. Take advantage of it. There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, I think like when you got into CSM, you kind of own it, you know? Like, yes, I know this is a super good school and everyone wants to be here. But I feel like sometimes people are a bit confused. They think it's a popular school, so no matter what, they want to come here. But maybe some people are just like, maybe suitable for New York fashion schools or FIT houses or whatever.
I definitely think being in Europe and in Asia, just not being on the western side of the like North America.
Yeah.
I mean, people travel so far, so I guess like New York is the is the London of North America to an extent.
Yes.
So I guess it's just there's more people know more about CSM because it's in Europe and people are closer to Europe. Maybe it's just like a geography thing, but
Okay.
like out of high school, I didn't want to go abroad just because it's super expensive. Like I wanted to go to another state.
Yes.
And I've always loved New York. Like my parents took me there.
And you're originally from Texas.
I'm originally from Texas. Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah. And I did start school in Boston originally, but that wasn't the best fashion school. So then I moved to New York.
So you did another fashion school before FIT?
Yes. This is technically my third school.
Okay, this is my second, so
yeah.
no pressure.
Yeah. So having those experiences, I feel like New York has matured me to a point where I needed to take a break and like have fun a little bit, and I had fun here.
You had fun here?
Yeah.
That's really good to know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I was thinking people might want to know, so how did you get to be the exchange student from FIT to CSM?
Okay. Our application process was pretty simple.
Okay.
I think it was a bit easier for me because my fourth semester I did art specialization, which is we didn't do any garment construction.
Okay.
I just worked with art professors and made a portfolio, a journal, and it was like a collection of like 120 or so drawings. So I just had a lot of things that were easy to present to an interview. So we applied. She looked over what I had to show.
Did they just like put a post on campus? Do you want to go to CSM?
Yeah, I think I got an email.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's easy.
That's how everything's really done. Like I got an email the other day for textile development in India. So CSM is only 5th semester, and then I think you can go to Japan your 7th semester. So it's not in like pivotal points of your schooling. So I don't think I'm going to go anywhere for my last semester. I think I'm just going to stay in New York.
Yeah.
So the 5th semester was a perfect in between.
Semester to
Yeah.
go away.
Yeah. But as far as I didn't feel like it was very difficult.
So
you just had to have.
I heard it's quite competitive. Like, not
I don't
so
know how
many
many people applied, but you had
Yeah.
to have the work to show, and you can't be like a QT designer. They're not going to want to look at your stuff.
Okay.
You have to have a strong sense of style, and you have to be well spoken to an extent. Not to say that I'm amazing well spoken, but
You can represent
you have to be.
FIT.
You have to be. Well, no, I'm not going to take on that responsibility.
You guys together at least present a like nice image.
You just have to be
of FIT.
confident. Just be confident in what you've
Yeah,
made.
I think that works everywhere for
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah. And I don't know, I feel very lucky because I didn't come from a fashion background. Like my mom is an art historian and my dad's a graphic designer, so I wasn't involved in fashion. I didn't think about fashion probably until I started doing it. So I guess the past 4 years have been just interesting. I feel lucky because like I have a drawing ability and it's taken me from Boston to New York to now to here.
That's awesome.
And it's awesome. I've gotten to meet awesome people like yourself.
Aw,
And,
thank you.
Yeah, no, CSM has been a good person experience for me.
Okay.
Because you
Surprising to hear, but yes, good.
Has
And
it been
I think
different for
maybe
you?
like no, it's just like it's always like a rumor. I get questions a lot like they don't think they can survive at CSM because they think people here are
No.
really rude and scary. And
If someone
too
is rude and scary to you,
too
then just
self-oriented.
don't waste your time on them.
Listen to them. Yeah, I just think that shouldn't be something that bother you, like stops you from chasing your dream. Or
Of course,
whatever.
of course.
And like people are different. Maybe you just like you heard one person talk about a bad experience. Maybe that person's had a bad day or whatever. So in general, we're good people.
Yeah.
And the environment is good.
We're doing a similar thing. And fashion is a small world.
Yes.
If you're rude to someone, they're gonna remember. And when you're trying
and
to
I'll
get a
tell people if you are rude to me. Or
right,
anything.
right.
Kind of.
If you're trying to get a job and that person you happen to be rude to is working there, they're gonna recommend you not to work there. So there's no reason to be rude to anybody at all.
Okay.
Just like support each other because everyone has cool ideas and there's
Yeah,
no.
did you learn a lot from like your classmates, like us?
Yeah, no, you guys made me want to because I'm very technology driven. I like doing things that shape the body, and I'm a very functional designer to an extent.
So you're saying you are not so functional?
No,
Practical?
you are functionally dysfunctional. You are both.
Say it again.
You are functionally dysfunctional, I guess.
Functionally dysfunctional.
Dysfunctional.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
So it's made me want to like get out of my own head a little bit and just let go, just do fun things as opposed to being so serious about it all the time.
Okay.
Because I'm gonna be able to look back and say that I did something more fun as opposed to always taking things so seriously. And
So do you find CSM helps you to get loose?
yes,
up
yeah. Loosen up and just be okay with getting out of your comfort zone and just literally trying new things. Like I went to Italy and got a palm tattoo.
Where is it? Okay.
I got a palm tattoo, so I've just been doing things that I wouldn't normally do.
Okay.
And that might have to do something with being abroad, but I feel like Central St. Martin's puts you in that mindset to just do whatever you would normally do. I don't know, yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Maybe it's about the city. So how do you find the difference between doing fashion in New York and doing fashion in London?
If I would have been able to spend another term here, I
Yes.
feel like I would have a better answer, but
Okay. So far.
I'm so hyper aware of like the garment district in New York. I just know I know the subway system so well, so I'm just really in tune with that with New York as
Yes.
opposed to like I think I probably went out a few times to get like supplies here, so I'm not
Yeah.
I'm not aware of functioning in London.
He has been working really hard at school, so like
Yeah.
you probably haven't like even seen the city.
I mean, I went to a
the
few
whole
museums
thing, the
and
touristy
whatnot,
stuff.
but
London, I don't know, things like that.
no, I took like a 20-minute walk before school started. That's
Okay.
about it. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And that's not anything to do with Central St. Martin's. It was
Yeah.
just like I wanted to be here and
Yeah,
be
probably
with you
just
guys
like too
as
short
much as
to have an answer for
Yeah.
the city, but what about like teaching style? Like
Teaching
the
style?
teachers here and the teachers at MIT.
the teachers here. I'll be honest. I don't feel like I learned anything.
Okay.
No, that's not true. I learned how to. I learned.
Hopefully, no teachers is watching our channel.
No, you cut that part out.
Okay.
I learned the basics of knitting, which I needed to learn. I had no idea how to do that beforehand.
Okay. Well, you learned something there, right? So,
Yes. Yeah. No,
So that's something. Yeah. In case we didn't cut that part, okay.
No,
We're saving ourselves.
I did learn something. I was wrong.
Yeah.
But I wish. I guess I said that because I wish I would have spent more time doing that because I have a pattern making background, and we spent the rest of the time doing
You guys
pattern
are
making.
already good at pattern making, and you came
Yeah.
here and you met the only pattern making project we have this semester.
Yeah, which is fine, but I enjoy the freedom that you guys are giving.
What freedom?
Well, I guess my experience was different because every time I would speak with a tutor, they're like that's fine, just keep. We want more of that. I never felt pressured. I never felt like I was doing anything wrong.
Okay, are you saying FIT teachers make you feel you're doing something wrong?
Yeah, because everything's so technical. So if
Okay.
literally if a seam is not properly done, your grade is affected by that.
Okay, so if we present our work to your FIT teachers, what would they
you wouldn't
say?
you wouldn't do well. Yeah, no. It's a technical school, and I feel like a lot of the pattern makers and people that do the technical side of fashion that I've met in the industry, they've actually come from FIT.
Yes.
So, not to say that there's anything wrong with that, but I feel like a person coming out of Central St. Martin's would be a more, kind of a creative director to an extent.
Okay, and don't know how to make clothes, basically.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that too.
But that's not so important.
it's important at certain level.
Certain level,
I think
of course,
just
yeah.
like it's really important to like meet in the middle, like
Right.
the technical stuff and
Yeah,
the
yeah.
crazy stuff, and like you're able to design and make it, but maybe not just like only focus on like
One or the
technical
other, yeah.
stuff.
I guess like the first thing I ever showed to a FIT professor, drawing, they're like, so how do you make that? And I had no idea what to say.
Yeah.
So they really want you to figure out how to describe what you've drawn and materials, how it's going to lay on the body, and what you need to do to get to that point, while still emphasizing creativity and whatnot. They want you to make something that looks nice and is different, but they want it to be made well.
Okay.
So and here they would like that, but as long as you get the idea across.
Yeah, it
and
seems like things we make comparing to you guys, just like just like
I mean, there is
Just
a
the idea.
certain level of
Yeah.
of snobbery, and people are very
yes,
uptight.
that word, yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably gonna drive like FIT teachers crazy. Like they see
Of
our
course.
kind of work.
Yeah, it's just a different way of doing things.
Yeah.
And I don't think there is a right way of doing things. It depends on the person
Yeah.
and how they interact with the schooling. I feel like if you like Central St. Martin's, you should come here. But it really depends on you. That's all I think.
I remember something else. Like you guys like to draw on laptop a lot, like Photoshop, and like you guys don't really do a big sketchbook thingy like CSM.
We do a sketchbook.
Yeah, but I feel like the style is a bit different.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a big difference.
I do. At FIT, they really, when it comes to drawing and sketchbooks, they prefer you to do what you're comfortable with. And again, like I had my father was a graphic designer, so
Yeah.
I've always been around computers and whatnot.
Yeah.
So it feels better to have like an iPad that has an app with all the materials that I would need
Yeah.
right there, and I can just bring it around with me.
Yeah.
And like I like drawing on paper and whatnot, but I can work quicker when it comes
I
to
feel
doing.
like for me, maybe it's a bit stereotype, but I feel like American like fashion students tend to like prefer computer
Yeah.
than UK students. Somehow, it's like I think CSM is very like craft oriented.
Yeah, and
you
there's-
do lots of handmade stuff.
We do some of that as well.
Yeah.
But again, the whole, I guess, philosophy of FIT is having something you can present to a potential employer at a certain point in time,
Okay.
where it's polished and it's you're able to talk about it, and it's not too long. It's not like they're going to be flipping through a million pages
Yes.
and having things falling out. I'm not saying that you can fix that later.
That's my sketchbook.
But it's very thinking of the interview and thinking of more so thinking of how another person would react to it, and just making it easier on them as opposed to you having to explain every little thing. And I'm sure as you go throughout your 3 years here, it's going to be more refined and whatnot.
Yeah, of course. I do feel like in general you guys are more ahead about thinking about getting into the industry, like facing the real world.
Yeah.
Like how to present your work for like a job interview or something.
Right. But also don't forget I've been doing it a little bit longer.
Yeah, longer.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I don't know. I'm not too sure what else to say about that. It's just,
It's alright.
it feels more, it is less fun to an extent.
Oh, okay. But you will get a job, but we'll get like.
Yeah, you guys will get a job as well.
Oh, okay, thank
Yeah,
you. Let's
no,
hope so.
everyone will get a job as long
Okay.
as they try and
Okay.
do something different.
Just put a good word for me out there in the fashion industry since you're gonna go in there like earlier.
I'll make sure there's a seat at the table for you.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. And now let's get to quite a bit sensitive question, and I think we're gonna end this because the white show is starting soon, and I don't want to take up too much of his time.
Oh
and
wow, it is okay.
I'm so thankful for this already. So, is there any stereotype, like experience you've encountered about being a guy in fashion industry, fashion designer? Like,
Yeah.
do people judge you when you say, "Oh, so okay, you do fashion design"? Like, people have those kind of stereotypes.
Yeah. I'm a straight guy doing fashion, so there's not. I don't.
So there are straight guys doing fashion in
Yeah.
this whole world. So don't just automatically think, okay, guy, fashion designer. I just think, I know it's probably wrong to say that, but I just think it's common.
No, I mean it's just
so
what
common.
it is.
It's real, right?
Yeah.
It exists.
And I haven't experienced anything like offending. I'm very lucky to have to work well with everybody in this industry.
Yeah. But some people might misjudge, like when they hear you're a fashion designer or something.
No, I haven't experienced people like
No.
thinking negatively of me because I'm doing fashion. Again, because I come at it from, not to say this has anything to do with sexuality and like
Yes.
whatnot, but like I like things to have function, and I have like a guy's perspective on things.
You know, I really like that, and I think like the industry needs that because you guys know, like, in a way, you guys know what guys want to see on a girl.
Yeah.
Do you do like women's work more than men's work?
Yeah, I don't do men's wear. Guys are boring.
And you
yeah.
know what like straight guys really like to see on a
Yes,
girl?
I enjoy making a girl look good. I think that's awesome.
And that's like look good, like to like kind of the opposite sex in a way,
Right.
Because you know that answer, right? And this
I'm trying my best to make what I think would look good on a girl, because it's not like I want to wear my clothing that I make. I just want to
Yes.
make other girls look good and feel good and whatnot. I don't know. Yeah.
And I can't wait to wear a design in the future. And I think, okay, let's drop it here. And I was gonna ask you, do you mind, like, maybe if people watch this and they have questions, I ask them to leave the questions in the comment section.
Yeah.
And like, when the video is out there, and you will go there and kind of
Respond? Yeah, sure.
a little bit.
No
So
problem.
guys, take this opportunity and leave your questions and anything we haven't covered in the comment section, and like this really nice guy is gonna answer your question, and in the future you might end up wearing his design or my design or whoever.
Both of them at once.
Yes, and we're gonna go and prep for the white show. Are you excited?
Yes, I
Even though you're sick of it.
yes, I'm sick of it. I'm more excited to see everyone else's, to be honest.
I'm more excited to see everyone else.
I've seen mine.
Too, because
Yeah.
we have been staring at our own work for so long. We're so sick of it. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this special opportunity that we talked like this. And thank you so much.
No problem.
Did you enjoy this
Yes.
interview?
You're
when
very
you
good
get
at this.
when you get famous and all big and that, like, please don't ask me to take down this video.
No, you'll
on
be
my
the,
YouTube.
you're the very first interview.
Oh really?
You had the
very
exclusive.
first one. Okay, say your name again so that people remember.
William Planey.
Okay, and when you get famous, promise you don't ask me to take down this video.
I promise.
Okay, thank you so much, and I don't know what I'm saying now. I'll see you guys in the next video.
Bye.
Bye.